Hey everyone, welcome back to another tea video. We are continuing the March 2025 W2T subscription club, the tea club, whatever you want to call it. Today we are doing the 2020 Fuding Baicha. This one is 25 grams. I'll just show you the tea leaves while I have them out. Real beautiful looking. White tea always looks great. And let me read off the description for you real quick. Feel free to skip ahead if you want to just skip to the tea. This tea was lightly pressed and then broken apart by the maker soon after, then stored in Fujian province since, then rescued by us last year. If you're a follower of social media journeys, you may remember that we went to Fuding in 2024. The coastal city of Fujian province, primarily known for their white tea, is full of tea to sift through from the past several years, though any claims beyond that should be met with a hefty dose of skepticism. I think that's interesting to note by them, that they're saying be skeptic of a really old white tea, because traditionally white tea was not aged. It was not a common practice. It's never really been done before. That's a very new concept. So while you can here and there find some aged white tea just because it probably sat around for a while, never got bought up, some people may be just calling their white tea old so they can mark it up in price. So yeah, definitely good advice from them. In our opinion, almost any white tea from Fuding before 2010s is almost assuredly fake, though that doesn't stop the devious or the ignorant from claiming otherwise. And why not? It's pretty sexy to tell people you have white tea from 20 years ago, and truth is hard to come by these days. We only mention this so that you can avoid scams floating around with inflated stories. As always, the real key is the tea in the cup, and we think this one is great. If you like 2020 Fuding Baicha, we recommend you try the 2023 Young Fun, which despite only being a couple years old, is really beautiful experience. Any of our older Fujian white teas are worth a spin too. We will likely make a bit more Fuding white tea again this spring. It's a favorite of ours, and we love it more as it ages. Then it gives brewing instructions. I'll be going at 95C just to see if I can get a little more sweetness out of it. Aged white tea tends to offer a good amount of sweetness, some figgy notes, some fruity notes, and maybe even some brown sugary notes, depending on what it is. But to my knowledge, Fuding is where white tea originates. I think the original plant for white tea is not completely different, but a different type of camellia plant. So not Camellia sinensis, but like a close relative, I think, which I believe originally comes from Fuding. I might be wrong, but I think like white tea purists insist on that plant. So just something interesting to note. But I have my teaware warmed up. Let me get it in this pot, which this is my dedicated yeast and clay pot for aged white tea, just because I like aged white tea a lot. So yeah, I'll get it in that pot and we will get the wash on. Alright, here's the wash, just for comparison. Even though it's just a wash, it still looks very, very clean. But that was like instant. It was like 5 seconds. This one will be about 15 to 20. And this being a white tea, we will be sure to leave the lid off. Same with a gaiwan. If you use a gaiwan, leave the lid off. It's more delicate tea, so you just don't want it to stay too hot. Just for color comparison there. Beautiful looking tea. Nice, got like a dark golden color to it. Zero dust, perfect clarity. No muddiness, no fogginess, no cloudiness. Looks fantastic. Let's do a smell profile on those leaves, and we'll just show them to you real quick. Smells really good. There's like a nice sweetness poking through. There's a bit of like a almost greenness coming through, like when you have like a fresher raw pour or green tea, and you get a bit of that astringency, a bit of that fresh green coming through. I'm getting a bit of that on the smell on the wet leaves. Bit of sweetness. Smells interesting for sure. Smells different than some others I've had up to this point. I don't know if I did a smell profile on the dry leaf, so let me do that while we're here. While I'm waiting for this tea to cool a little. So dry leaf doesn't have a seemingly ton of smell. A little bit like a little bit of a tea, a little bit of an herbal, a little bit of like just a plant, general plant smell. That's about it. Pretty mild smelling, I'd say. Let's give this a little taste. It's really mellow. Really, like a mellow sweetness, real inviting. Kind of reminds me of, like sweet straw a little bit. It has like a bit of a, not necessarily a fresh grassiness, but like some straw that's been sitting around for a bit, or some like dry grass that's been sitting around a bit. It's not bad. Yeah, real mellow, bit of that sweetness, bit of that grassy flavor, but otherwise that's really about it. Pretty light body, but there is some body to it for sure. I think I'll do a second steep just to see if I get any adjusting flavors in it. Alright, here is the second steep. Once again, probably about 20, maybe 25 seconds. I think last time it was like 15 to 20, so 5 or 10 seconds longer this time. Smell profile is about the same. I think that plant, like vegetal note I was getting has calmed down a bit. It's more of a mellow, sweet, just tea scent. Nothing crazy. Still real inviting. Still very clear. A few little specks, but no big deal. Alright, let's give this second steep a little taste. I think the flavors definitely become a little bolder. Still very mellow. Slightly, very ever so slightly mouth drying. First steep wasn't, which is fine. It's not bad. But very inviting. Just that mild background sweetness, warm, cozy. That hay, grassy flavor kind of calmed down along with that vegetal scent. So now it's just like a really warm, slightly sweet, slightly tastes like tea. I don't know. I don't have a better descriptor. It's just mellow, inviting, sweet, warm. Really mellow. Yeah, just not bad. I'm a big fan of aged white tea. This is, I'd say, on the milder side. I think all the Fudings I've had up to this point tend to be on the mellower side of white tea, even if, especially if they're aged. When I compare it to the other Fudings I've had, which I think were all from Jesse's Teahouse. I'm still pretty new to white tea or tea in general, but this is probably like the 5th or 6th white tea I've had, and like maybe the 2nd or 3rd Fuding white tea I've had that was aged. But it's good. Definitely nice. I'm looking forward to, and I probably will order a couple of those white teas they mentioned in the note, which I will obviously link below along with the tea club once again. I'll link their equivalent that they mentioned below, but yeah, it's a really nice white tea. Mellow, sweet, inviting, warm, everything you want. It's like a nice warm hug, everything you'd want on like a cool spring or a cool day, But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been Tayland. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more tea content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. See ya.